What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be having a look at the cranked game mode in Modern Warfare, and I'm going to be sharing exactly what happens when you become cranked. So for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with this mode, this is basically like a team deathmatch, but when you get a kill, you become cranked. This starts a 30-second timer, and it immediately boosts a bunch of your stats that I'm going to be sharing in today's video, which in some ways kind of turns you into a super soldier. However, if you don't get another kill or assist within that 30 seconds, you will simply explode and your life will be over, and then you start from scratch the next life. You have to get another kill again to get cranked. Now, if you do manage to get a kill within that 30 seconds while you're cranked, then it simply resets the timer for you, so you can try and do it again. So it's all about keeping up that momentum and continuing to get kills, and it really encourages movement. Now, a big question that a lot of people have been wondering is what exactly happens when you're cranked? Most people notice that you're moving faster, maybe your aim down sight time is faster, but I decided to hop into some custom games and test this out properly, and I wanted to share those results with you guys today. So the first thing that happens when you become cranked is your overall movement speed is increased by roughly 8%, which is a pretty massive increase to your overall movement speed. This means with a lot of the SMGs, you're going to be moving well over the 100% threshold. And with LMGs, for instance, when you're cranked, you'll now be moving faster than assault rifles would normally move. So really big boost that you get to your movement speed, which is great. Also, your aim down sight movement speed, so your strafing speed, is also increased by a massive amount. I couldn't really get an exact number on this because it seems to vary based on weapon class. But with LMGs, for instance, it more than doubles your aim down sight strafe speed. And with SMGs, it doesn't quite double it, otherwise that would be a ridiculous aim down sight strafe speed, but you still get an insane boost to your aim down sight strafe speed, so you can strafe a lot faster while aiming down sight. The next thing I tested is weapon swap speed, and unfortunately cranked does not affect this whatsoever, so you don't swap your weapons any faster. You could use the amped weapon perk though if you want to do that. Also, another thing that doesn't change when you become cranked is your hipfire spread. Moving on to the next thing I tested, this is your sprint out time, and this is massively reduced. It basically eliminates your sprint out time when you're cranked. Although LMGs will still be a little bit slower than assault rifles and SMGs, for instance, but even with an LMG, your sprint out time is much faster than the base sprint out time of the SMGs, and therefore it pretty much eliminates your sprint out time. And interestingly enough, this also applies to your super sprint out time or your tactical sprint out time. That is also pretty much eliminated with this. It's actually going to be equal to your standard sprint out time when you're cranked. So this is definitely one of the biggest boosts that you get from being cranked. But next up, on top of sprint out time, your aim down sight time is also significantly faster. I calculated a roughly 40 to 50% boost in your aim down sight time, which is incredible. Next, I tested out the reload time, and it turns out this actually gives you sleight of hand on your weapon. So if you don't already have the sleight of hand weapon perk, it will automatically apply it. So if you're using a class right now playing cranked with sleight of hand on there, you might as well take that off, because by the time you're reloading, you should have a kill, and therefore you're just wasting one of your attachments on your weapon. Now, one last thing I tested, because I thought it might apply to this, is your healing time. Do you heal any faster while cranked? It turns out you don't. But having said that, this means that I feel the quick fix perk is a great combination with crank to help you keep that momentum up as you're getting into the fights, because as you get kills with quick fix, that will improve your healing time, and therefore you can just move on to your next kill a lot faster. Also, stim shot is great for this as well if you want to get back in the fight as fast as possible. But that's pretty much it. Those are all the things I tested, and you can see there that cranked really does give you some excellent boosts. And I think this is one of the reasons that this is becoming my new favorite mode in Modern Warfare. I've actually got to say that playing cranked has been the most fun that I've had on these 6v6 maps in Modern Warfare. I've actually been kind of enjoying myself over the past week or so playing cranked, and that's awesome. This is actually starting to suck me in a little bit, and I'm really enjoying it. And I think a big part of it is the people that generally search for and play cranked are people that want to play fast, and that's something that I don't normally see in my lobbies in Modern Warfare. So I think it's great that we have this mode, even though it's most likely just a limited time mode and it probably won't be sticking around for long. I really do like the fact that people are heavily encouraged to move around. Things are a lot faster, a lot more intense. You have to make those snap decisions on the fly much more effectively. It seems like gun skill is really heavily rewarded in this, rather than playing tactically and just listening for footsteps and pre-aiming corners. Of course, you're still going to run into that every now and then while playing Cranked, but in general, people are moving around, and I think that's awesome. But that pretty much covers it for today's really quick video. I'd like to know in the comment section below, first off, did any of these results that I found surprise you? Did you think it only affected like a couple stats, like maybe your movement speed? And also, what are your thoughts on the Cranked game mode so far in Modern Warfare? Do you really like this game mode, or is it just not for you? Just let me know all of those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.